Hi, my name is Brian McEwen with Group 13. Today we'll be showing you our Connect 4 game, called FirstToFour. In my group is also Sophia Yu, Cal Kothrade, and Ives Kuladiati. So just opening up Eclipse here really quick just to launch the program. Alright, and we'll just open up the main class here just to run the program and show you what we have. Okay, so first I'll give you a quick demonstration of the game here. We'll just run this. Let's drag this over here. Okay, so our game's called FirstToFour. It's based on the Connect 4 game, which I'm sure most of you have played. This basically, the GUI here is just going to be a J-frame with some buttons. So here, before we go forward, I'll show you some of the buttons. We have the begin, which will bring us to the next screen. Instructions, which just give you some quick instructions on how to play the game. It's an info button just about our group members here. And then exit will exit the program. So first we'll select begin. This screen here is going to ask for your username information. So I will just enter my name here. And you can also select your color for your game pieces as well. So I'll go ahead and select green. We'll just call user2 opponent for now. And we'll say they can be purple. And again, you still have your instructions button here, same information, info, exit if you need to. So we'll go ahead and click Let's Play. Alright, so here on this screen we have the game board. So at the top here we have your stats dashboard, and that shows your players' names. So myself here is player 1, opponent. These numbers here are the stats. So you have your wins, loss, and draw. So you can play multiple rounds in this game and it will keep track of your wins, losses, and draws. This next display here is going to show you whose turn it is. This is basically a grid full of buttons here, which these ones are not clickable. You actually have to drop your piece in from top to bottom. So we'll just go ahead and demonstrate that here. And as you drop pieces, also the indicator that shows you whose turn it is changes as well. So I'll just drop some pieces in here. And there are some algorithms in the background which are actually checking for 4 in a row, all of horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. So let's just give someone 4 in a row here. Put one right here. Okay, so opponent wins, you get a pop-up here, J option pane. Shows the 4 in the row right here that we won, or the opponent won rather, so you go ahead and click OK. And a new round starts. So now you can see at the stats checker we have 1 loss for Brian, 1 win for opponent. And then you can just play again here. So we'll just make someone win again here. Now I won here, so the stats update accordingly. And yeah, you can basically play as long as you'd like. If you end up filling up the board, you will get a draw here. You'll get the same type of pop-up saying it's a draw. It'll restart the session there and your stats will just keep going. So that's basically the demo of the game here. To give you guys an idea of quickly how we built that, I will actually show you. I just put together a quick class diagram here, just some of the class names without any of the information on the instance variables and methods. But basically, to give you a quick idea, the main class basically creates a GUI object, which that is our primarily the program that really creates all the instances of or the objects for the rest of the classes here. This also creates all the Java Swing, Java Auth components as well. So basically here this is going to create the different panels, displays, all of your buttons, action listeners, everything there. And it's going to use the rest of the classes kind of to get the game to run. So I'll start with the grid. This is basically going to be a class that creates a 2D matrix. It keeps track of the spots that are taken up in the matrix. So it's actually a 2D array of token objects. So the tokens are actually like the game pieces. And with these, they have an owner, which would be the player's name, which actually I need to put an association here. But basically, it's going to get the information for the owner's name from player here, so there should be an association right here. I'll just actually add that right now really quick. But basically, delete this info here for now. The token is going to give you the name of the owner. It's also going to give you the color from the player. So the color choice that was selected in screen 2 is also stored in the player object here. So basically the token is getting that information from each player. And then also, there's actually one more class I forgot to add here that I will add right now. There was another one in there called turn counter. And this is basically a simple count that, or an object that has a count variable that'll basically increase the number of turns. So the program basically sees if it's an odd number, it's player 1's turn. If it's an even number, it's player's 2 turn. And it just basically keeps track of that, and that'll kind of tell the token which player object to get information from. So that's basically how these work. The grid is also going to have the algorithms to check for horizontal wins, check for vertical wins, and then also the diagonal wins. So you can kind of think of it as like a smart grid. It'll basically have those methods in there to check for that as well. The grid button class here, now this is similar to what the grid is, but this is more the GUI aspect of it. So this is basically going to be what the actual physical buttons that you saw on the game board. There's 42 of them. It's also going to be kind of like a matrix setup. It's a 6 height and 7 width matrix. And basically these are going to be buttons that have the different image icons, which if you look over on the left here on my basically in my project, there's a lot of PNG image files here, which is what we use to represent the different colors. So based on the player information, that this is basically going to be updated with the different colors as well. So that's kind of a short description on how this works here. There's a lot more in the code, whatnot, which will be added in source files for our instructors to look into there. But that's basically the background on how this runs. I will show you one more thing here that we did for testing. We actually have a GUI test class here, which I'll open really quick and run. Basically, this one is going to run the same exact program, but it also runs a console window as the program's running, so you can actually see a display of the that grid class of what's happening with that. So definitely came in handy for testing to check the check win algorithms and everything like that, just to make sure the program was functioning properly. So we'll just go ahead and put my name in here again. I'll stay with the black color, and we'll do, I don't know, player 2. We'll do green, and we'll do let's play. So you'll see here, as soon as I drop a piece, we have the console window open over here, and you can see in the first spot right here, that starts as it's a uppercase B for black basically. And as we drop more pieces in, it actually keeps track of the turns for you as well. So you see you have a G here now for green. And that's just kind of to give you an idea of what's running in the background, and our algorithms are basically checking this grid for the different indexes for rows and columns to see if there's 4 in a row. So that's basically it for the program for Group 13, and thank you guys for watching.